Ladies and gents, hope you're doing well. Let's get right into it. Appreciate for jumping on for the people in live, and then if you are watching on the replay, thank you so much. Today we're going to go over the best 4 properties. One is a 2% ROI, good for a self-manager. One is an 8%, good for honestly anybody. One is a 10% that might have HOA restrictions. Definitely check on that. And then one is a 20%, which is off market. Surprise, it is it's the best one, so I'm holding it for last. All right, let's get into it. So we send this out to, we've got a very specific curated list of investors, and we send these out. I actually sent all of these out a week ago, so I don't think anybody's moved on them, but we will check them out today. All right, I'm gonna share my screen, and then we'll get rocking and rolling. All right, let's get into it. So we'll start with the worst ROI one. Still a pretty solid investment. This is more for a self-manager. So this one, let me make this a little bit bigger. Hopefully you guys can see this. All right, mock or not. This one right here, and I haven't checked if these are still active. These were active a week ago when they first hit our portal, and we saw them. But I apologize. I'll just skip over them if they're not available anymore. So this one only $325. Looks like it just got a price cut. I'm going to go through these. Once again, the honey hole is like 4 beds plus. Those are the ones you need to be investing in, and if you can get one for this inexpensive, like that's pretty hard to find. Now, obviously, why is it that inexpensive? I think they've done a pretty good job with this place with like the accent walls, some of the like amenities. This is pretty cool. Definitely a smaller kitchen here, not stainless steel, which gives it kind of the eye test. But I'll kind of roll through these pretty quickly just because this one's only a 2%er. But if somebody is, got a, $310,000 budget, you could probably snag this one off and it'd still be a decent little return for the self-managers. And these ROIs are with full service management. So like this 10%er, if you remove management, it's probably like a 18 to 20%er. This one would be closer to like a 25, 30%er because management is a big expense. But once again, you're like not doing anything. So depends on what you're looking for. But back to this one. This has got a nice little outdoor area, nice little spot for a hot tub. Pretty cool little place. Now I don't know if obviously huge disclaimer. Check HOA. Make sure those things are allowed. Short-term rentals are allowed. Let me go into a little bit about location here. I don't remember where it was. Okay, yeah, a little past like Windsor Park. Up over here in Charlotte. And once again, these are the 4 best properties in like the greater Charlotte market. I get the question all the time, like who's visiting these places? A lot of families, a lot of it's either an event or people. People bring people, like getting married, somebody's in the hospital, someone had a baby, like those people, those bring people. And then events, think, what's your traditional, like Panther, Charlotte FC, the Hornets, like there's a lot that really happens in Charlotte that you don't know about. We get some of the most obscure things. Like we have a roller rink, it's a roller derby tournament every year that we get like 4 of our houses get booked up for. It's kind of crazy. But so this one kind of rounds out the first one. Once again, if you have questions, I want this to be interactive. If you have questions on the properties or specifically about hosting or short-term rentals or investing or making money online, let me know. All right, so this is Mock or Not, a very interesting name, but not a bad little start here. Once again, more for the self-manager. Secondly, we'll go to Forest Drive. This one's about an 8%. Once again, the 8% is if you like 8% cash on cash ROI from the money you invest the first year. How much do you get of that back? A lot of people right now, long-term rentals are like 2 to 5%. Short-term is really the best ROI if done well. You can still lose money on these if you buy it wrong or you manage it wrong. So once again, huge disclaimer. You got to know what you're doing. But 8%, for this one right here. This one's definitely more of a fixer upper for the fixer uppers in the group that is watching me. Only 400 grand for 5 beds, 2,300 square foot. Like, that's a pretty big house. This one is actually in Belmont. It's been on the market for only 13 days. We'll kind of go through the location with you here. So here's the river. Here's like downtown Belmont here, and then the college over here. But I kind of breezed through the photos a little bit on this one, kind of show you what I like about it and what I don't like. Could have some curb appeal, definitely needs some landscaping here, but huge driveway, never have an issue parking. This is where you're going to spend, a decent amount in renovations to get this thing really up and running. But the bones are really good here. I'd probably knock this little wall out and keep like an island here. But you can just tell it's a dated house. But I've seen some really bad houses turn into really good ones for our clients and ours. This right here, this is freaking sweet right here. You could go wild and crazy on this basement area. Like, this is your money maker here. If done well with the right amenities, the right design. This could be like a little tiki hut. Doesn't look like much, but you throw some money into this, and that would be very cool. So this is about an 8%er. Once again, very inexpensive for what you're getting. 2,300 square foot, 5 beds in Belmont. Like, that's pretty good price. Usually we're seeing 80 to 100 grand per bedroom. So this one, obviously if it's a little closer to Charlotte, probably near like 450, 500. So 8%er here, not bad. I don't think this is in an HOA. It doesn't look like it at first glance. Obviously, we need to check that. If you guys need help buying, we help investors buy properties, like cash flowing assets. We use our investor portal that we built in-house and to really underwrite everything in bulk. And then we only you'll usually look at the top maybe 20 properties out of 400, 500 every week to find the good ones like this. So this one right here. All right, let's go to the next one. What is it? I can't even spell. Look at this. It's Bristlehead Way. So this is about a 10%. Now, obviously we need to verify HOA. If you use our lender, obviously we will do the legwork for you. If you have a broker lender, obviously let them make sure you can short-term rental in these neighborhoods. So this property right here, I'll kind of show you. It's a DR Horton, 13 days on market. Show you kind of location first, and then we'll dive into the photos. So once again, kind of in this little past Windsor Park, Reedy Creek area, universities up here. Kind of getting into Mint Hill a little bit. Right off 45. Actually, it's a really good location, 45. Looks like a new build. I think these are spec model homes, if I'm not mistaken. But let me make sure there's no comments pending. That looks like we're good to go. Sweet. So let me zoom in on this one. So brand new build. This is, oh God, we got one of those Zillow things. Can I yeah, let's get out of here. So I hate these Zillow tours. So newer finishes, new build, pretty good looking property, passes the eye test. This is all you need. You don't need super luxury bathrooms. It's nice, but it's probably not worth the ROI. Something super luxury, super high end, it'll be $500,000-600,000, and then you have to make that revenue up, which doesn't usually make sense. So this passes the eye test very, very quickly. That's why this one is a 10%. I think we were estimating about 80 grand on this place. Once again, 5 bed, 3 bath, 2,400 square foot. So a little bit bigger on the Belmont than the Belmont house. Love these flex areas. Do an office, kid room for sleeping and working. And if these photos are the actual photos, it's already painted. So once again, I think the biggest one here is HOA. This thing screams HOA to me. So only 70 a month, but definitely check the CCNRs. If you want to work with us, obviously we'll do all that for you and make sure you're getting into a good investment. And then the last one is actually my property. I have thrown around the idea. I might be selling it, 1031 it to a bigger place. I just got done with my call seg, which saved me about 50 grand in taxes. Shielded about 150 in income in 1 year, which is wild. So thinking about 1031 it into a bigger deal. So let me know if you want more info on that. Once again, that one's about a 20%er in Belmont. If you followed me for a little while, you've probably seen me post it. I've owned it for a little over a year. It's done, very, very well. I think it's top 75 property in like 9,000 listings. So performed very well. I've optimized the heck out of it, redesigned it. It is packaged up, ready to go. Once again, without management, like if you're like a self-manager sitting on the sideline, this is a slam dunk. This one's about probably a 25-30%er, depending on interest rate. Once again, I'm offering creative financing for the right buyer. But yeah, let me know if you want more info on that. Shoot me a DM. And without further ado, honestly, of these, like this one, HOA. This one probably screams HOA. I do love the 5-bed kind of niche. I think the outdoor area is a little bit tight on this one, but this one right here, if I am not a renovation person, I know a couple renovation people that would really, really do well with this house. This one really excites me. I like Belmont. I like that downstairs game room. It's neat. It needs a lot of work, 50, 75, maybe 100 grand in like redoing this place. Bathrooms, kitchen, flooring looks good. The downstairs looks, this is awesome right here. And then I think I don't even know about this flex space. I don't know if this counts, but got a huge back door, outdoor area, this little potential tiki hut here. You got so much room, so much opportunity on this one. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions at all. Let me just check my notes, make sure I did not miss anything for you guys. Once again, if you're watching on the replay, I send the best properties out every single week. To get on that list, you need to be pre-qualified. So disclosure, we only send it to the top clients of ours. So if you want on the list, shoot me a DM on Instagram, Caleb W. Shore, and we will go from there. Cool. Let me make sure no comments, and we'll wrap up. I was a couple minutes late because I was running some errands. But yes, we are rocking and rolling, baby. For the 7 people still live, thanks for watching. If you have any questions at all, drop them in the comments. I will stop talking in like 10 seconds, and then we will wrap this thing up. One potential thing I glazed over is the call seg study that I did. For the right investor that self-manages and materially participates, it saves you a ton in taxes. It's a very tricky thing to work through. But if you check all the boxes, it is 1,000% worth it. I have a great recommendation. She is a freaking rock star. She sat on the phone with me for like an hour. I just had bullet points of like questions that I had to ask. Anyways, I've recommended her to like 10 other investors over the past couple weeks. If you need that contact, let me know. It will save you a ton of money in taxes. Do not give your money to Uncle Sam. Put it in real estate. Shield, potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars. Buy real estate. Don't pay Uncle Sam. Obviously, it's completely legal way to do it, and this is how the rich do it. So thanks for watching, and rock and roll.